Hello everyone, how are you? I hope everybody is feeling good wherever you are. So we are now in week 5 everyone, and as you can see, the topic for this week will be about online market, and it deals with online shopping, scamming, and also we're going to talk about the grammar for this week's discussion. Okay, so for English 1 for Diploma 3, week 5 materials, we're going to start the lesson. So a very quick outline. So there's a review, objectives of the lesson, and then we'll discuss about the topic for week 5, which is about online market. And then we'll look at some reading strategies and the top up and bottom down approach. And then we'll look at the grammar of giving advice using models. And this is actually the discussion from last week. And then we'll discuss the practice. Alright, just a quick review from meetings for today. Have you ever had any bad experience using online shopping? If yes, what was it? Okay, so for this question, I would like you to post it in the YouTube comment. If you have any bad experience using online shopping. If not, then you can say I haven't had any. And please remind yourself when you're writing your comments in YouTube, write down your student ID underscore name underscore your class. So it's a lot easier for me to trace down who did the posting. Okay. Now we talk about the topic for this week, which is about online market. So what you will do for today, the objective is for you to be able to comprehend text related to general topic. And obviously this is about the online market. And then the second one is to use the grammar of models in context, particularly related to giving advice. Okay. So yeah, so online shopping and offline shopping. I'm sure all of you have done both of these modes of shopping, and currently right now I would say I'm actually in this many times because we have limited access to places, so it's a lot easier when we do it online. Yeah, but some of you may like it offline better because it's a lot easier to see the product by hand, and you can also get the product immediately compared to online. If online you have to wait for 2 or 3 days, if online you can if it is offline, then you can actually get the product immediately. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes it's advantageous. There's an advantage and disadvantage between these two. Alright, so this is actually my warm-up question to you guys. Yeah, so which do you like, shopping online or direct shopping or offline shopping, and why do you like it better? Why do you like offline better than online, or why do you like online better than offline? Do you have any favorite store, online or offline? So for this question, just keep it for yourself, but just prepare your answer later when our practicum session is on. You can answer these questions. Yeah. Alright, since we are going to talk about some reading strategies for today, there will be a reading about shopping online, convenience, and bargains. But before we go to the reading, I would have a question over here. What sorts of text would you be expecting based on the prompt? So, looking at this title over here, shopping online, convenience, and bargains, what do you think? Okay, so we are kind of predicting the information that you will expect from this text. Okay, so before you go to the next slide, I want you to pause this and then list down what are some information that you can actually get before when you read the title. So when you read the title, what is the information that you expect? Okay, so pause this recording first and then list down maybe 2 or 3 things that you expect for this reading. Yeah, now we come to the reading, which is about shopping online, convenience, and bargain. So again, with the reading, everyone, I want you to record your own readings, and if you have words that you don't understand, you can always consult with dictionary or ask me in person or in a group. Okay, record this reading. I'll repeat again. So record this reading and then make sure that you have it in your phone or in your laptops, and you can share it later in our practicum session. Yeah, so this is just a quick comprehension question. There are 5 questions over here. So shopping online offers cheaper prices. Online business are embraced by online shop owners and buyers, and as one alternative for convenient shopping, and etc, etc. Okay, so for this question, this is actually a true or false question. So check your understanding. If you have read the text, then you should be able, and you actually understand the text. Yeah, so if you have read and you have understood the text, then it's going to be easier for you to answer this question. Alright, so now we will move on to the topic about reading strategies. So over here I have 2 reading strategies, which is quite, I would say, simple to do, and I think you have done this, but you don't actually realize that this is actually the reading strategy. Okay, so we have 2, the top down and bottom up. Of course, there are many more reading strategies in the world, yeah, but we are only focusing for this meeting. We only discuss about top down and bottom up. Alright, so let's look at the top-down approach first. Okay, so what is actually a top-down? So top-down processing of language happens when someone uses the background information to predict the meaning of language they are going to listen or to read. Okay, so the teacher may ask students to predict a text by reading the titles or looking at the picture. So what do you expect, what information do you expect from this title, let's say, for example, like that, or what kind of information do you expect when you see this picture? Okay, so those are the approaches for top down. Okay, now what about bottom-up approach? So these reading skills are looking at individual meanings or grammatical characteristic of most basic units of the text. For example, the sounds for a listening or words for a reading. So the keywords, yeah, and then that keywords is going to be, you know, combined together, and then after that you kind of figure out what is the whole text meaning. Okay, so what the instructions teachers usually give is a teacher will ask students to read aloud one passage. So when you read aloud one passage, you can actually kind of get, you know, some information from this reading. And then after that, okay, I heard something about scams. Okay, I heard some things about fraud. Okay, and etc, etc. So this, okay, and then you based on those words, then you can conclude, oh, maybe this is talking about, you know, bad things about online shopping, so something like that. Yeah, so you go to the bottom up approach, so you go words by words, and then you combine it all together, and then you make a conclusion to it. So it's quite different from the first one. Yeah, if the first one we were talking about predicting the title, but and then you kind of get the information afterwards. For the bottom-up approach, you go to the words and then you combine it together, and then you go to the meaning, okay, the meaning of the text. Okay, so that's the bottom-up and top-down approach. Now, why we need to use top-down and bottom-up? Obviously, it may be helping you with your reading, yeah, but here is the explanation. Learners can be encouraged to use bottom-up and top-down strategies to help them understand the text. So you can use both at the same time. So you use bottom-up and then top-down strategies to help you understand the text. For example, in reading comprehension, you use the knowledge of the genres to predict what will be in the text, and then your understanding about the affixation or the words to guess the meanings, which is the bottom-up. So the ones that we actually did previously, we actually did the bottom-up and top-down approach. Yeah. So now we will discuss the topic about giving advice. This is our grammar discussion. Okay, so for the grammar discussion, for giving advice, of course, there are lots of ways to give advice, but I put here 3 ways of giving advice. The common one, the first one is using must, have to, or should. Okay, the easiest one to do it is you use subject plus modal verbs, and the verb itself, sorry, it's supposed to be in singular verb, singular, and then after that the object. And must and have to are the strong advice, and the least strong advice is should. Okay, so must is the highest, I would say, have to is the second highest, and then should is the lowest. Okay, so this is the example. It's raining outside. You must bring your umbrella. So you kind of strongly suggest, okay, or you can say you have to bring your umbrella if you want to go to places which with frequent rain. So you kind of strongly suggest someone to bring their umbrella. It's going to rain soon. You should take your umbrella. So in this sentence you give advice in form of recommendation rather than strongly suggesting someone to. Okay, so that's the difference between must, have to, and should. Alright, so for this practice, I would like you to answer this question. There are only 3 questions over here. You blank 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 pay your bill before leaving the restaurant. Now, do you think it is a strong recommendation, or is only a recommendation? Is it a strong suggestion, or is it only a recommendation? Yeah, when you pay, when you leave the restaurant after you eat, do you do you do you have to pay your bill, or should you pay your bill, or must you pay the bill? Yeah, so something like this. Yeah, so answer this question. So look at the content. Yeah, look at the content and look at the context of the sentence to make it easier for you to decide whether this is a strong suggestion or only a recommendation. Alright, now for the second practice for this video, I want you to we will practice one of the reading strategy that we have learned for today, which is the top-down approach. Okay, so have a look at this title. Okay, so I put over here, online versus offline shopping, pros and cons. So good things and bad things. Okay, so what comes to your mind, or what information would you expect from this reading? Okay, so if the title is online versus offline shopping, pros and cons, what is the information do you expect? Okay, so for this reading strategy, I want you to list down at least 5 information that you predict will be coming in this reading. Okay, and then after that, I want you to write down 5 predicted advice based on the title. So for example, in giving online shopping, you must, etc. Okay, or in offline shopping, you should, etc. Okay, so write down 5 predicted advice based on the title. So this is kind of a prediction, and this is actually one of I would say a common topic for you, because this is something that you must deal with, not daily, I reckon, but at least weekly or monthly. Yeah, so so please do these practices by yourself, and make sure that you're able to share your work later in our practicum session. Yeah, so using top-down approach, predict this the text, the information, 5 information using the title online versus offline shopping, pros and cons, and then after that write down 5 predicted advice based on the title. Okay, and then for our practicum session, we will do more reading discussion, and then more practice on the grammar. So please, after this meeting, after this video, go and check the slides in the practicum session, and then after that do the exercises given to you. And that will actually bring me to the end of this video. Next week we'll be talking about advertisement, and we'll also talk about the assignment for today for this week in our practicum session. Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. Here are a quick reference for everyone, and if you want more references about this week's material, you can check in our syllabus book. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope to see you all in the practicum session. Don't forget to do all the exercises. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.